Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. In today's video, I wanted to share my #1 secret for getting the most out of your skincare. So this actually really isn't that big of a secret here on my channel. I've been telling you about this for 10 years since I started posting my skincare routines, but I feel like this information is like kind of buried in all those videos. I mention it in passing and it may not have made that big of an impact on you, but I think it really is a very important thing for getting your skincare to penetrate deeper and to be more effective in your skin. So there are a few different factors that will affect penetration or absorption of your skincare. #1 is going to be how the skincare is formulated. And of course, we don't really have much control over that because they do that all in the lab, but we hope and assume that they are making the skincare so that it can be absorbed the best into our skin. And they have lots of different methods of doing that, whether it is using ingredients that have a lower molecular weight so that they're small enough to actually get through. You know, some things are just too big and sit on the surface of the skin. Or if it's adjusting the pH so that the ingredient can get through, or if it's using penetration enhancers, some other ingredients that help to carry ingredients into the skin. And those things all work great. But there is one thing that you can actually do at home every time you apply your skincare that can really help it to absorb the most fully, and that is to apply your skincare to slightly damp skin. There have been a bunch of studies that have been done showing that skin is actually more absorbent when it's slightly damp. Our outer protective layer of skin is called the stratum corneum, and it's basically made of dead skin cells that are held together with kind of an oily glue. So between the oily glue, kind of repelling water-based things, and the way that the skin cells lay on top of each other and are really slightly packed, you can think of it kind of like a brick wall. But if you dampen it, the cells actually swell. Water also loosens up that waxy glue that holds the cells together. It creates almost these little channels and pathways into the skin so that things can absorb far more easily. So our skin is actually very similar to a sponge. You know how when a sponge is dry, it really doesn't absorb anything. But then if you really soak it and then wring it out, it's puffed up, the holes are bigger and the spaces are bigger, which gives it more absorbency. So you can see here that using a dry sponge pretty much just smears this liquid around the surface. But if you use a damp sponge, it absorbs it much more readily and it absorbs it deeper into the sponge. So that's why from the beginning, I have always demonstrated and told you and showed you that when I put on my skincare, I put it on slightly damp skin. So let's say I've been in the shower, I come out, I take my towel and I blot off the water so my skin looks dry. There's no, water running off of it, but it's only been patted dry. I don't rub it, I don't wait. I immediately start applying my skincare. It increases the penetration of the active ingredients that I want to get a little bit deeper so that they can work a little bit better, but it also helps to trap in the water that's in my skin and keep it locked into my skin so that it's not evaporating off into the air. So if you say get out of the shower or wash your face and then you take a towel and really rub your face, get it nice and dry, and then wait 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes before you put on your skincare, by then your skin has dried back down and your skincare has less of a chance to absorb. And all the water that you had in your skin that plumped it up has also evaporated. So by the time you wait that long, your skin is not going to look as plump and you're not going to be able to lock that moisture onto the surface of your skin to help it look as plump and dewy throughout the day. And you're losing the chance to get extra absorption from your active ingredients. Okay, but having now shared my big secret with you, are there any times that you shouldn't leave your skin damp to apply your skincare? And the answer is yes, of course. Nothing is an absolute in skincare. It's just the way it is. There is a lot of controversy out there about whether to apply skincare to damp skin or whether you should wait until your skin's really dry. So I definitely prefer to apply my skincare when my skin's slightly damp because of all the reasons I just told you. But there was a time when I didn't apply my skincare to damp skin because it would be too irritating. There are ingredients that irritate your skin that we all know about. The retinoids can be irritating. The acids can be irritating. Alpha hydroxy acid, salicylic acid, vitamin C, which is an acid. Those things can be super irritating if you use them wrong, use too much of it, go in too fast, maybe apply them on damp skin too soon. But they are also things that you do want good penetration and good absorption with. So the way I think of it is that I want to avoid irritation almost at all costs. I think skin looks terrible when it's irritated, it's red, it's cracked, it's dry, it's unhappy, and you look way worse when your skin's irritated. So you always want your skin to be happy and healthy. So while I want the goal to be to apply my skincare to slightly damp skin, it might not be what's best for my skin at the moment. And this was the case when I first started with tretinoin, vitamin C, alpha hydroxy acids. I didn't put them on damp skin to start. I waited until my skin was fully acclimated to them. And then once it was fully acclimated and most of the chance for irritation was gone, then I started applying them to slightly damp skin. Now that I've been using all these ingredients in the same skincare routine, some at the same time, now I can put them all on damp skin without having any irritation reaction. But as I'm saying, if you're just starting out with any of those ingredients, you should definitely take it slow. Don't apply them every single day. Don't apply them to damp skin. You might even want to wait a while for your skin to be completely dry to avoid some irritation. I was never a fan of that super dry, tight skin feeling. And so when I first started doing that and I had to wait like 20 minutes for my skin to dry, I couldn't take the feeling. So I'd put a moisturizer on right away while my skin was still damp. Then I'd wait the 20 minutes, and that worked out great for me. That can also be like a little bit of a buffer if you add that moisturizer that can help to lessen the irritation as well. And so you really have to listen to your skin. You have to understand the ingredients that you're using and whether they have the potential to irritate your skin or not. And then you have to make a judgment call about whether you're going to do this or not. The other thing that shouldn't go on damp skin is sunscreen, but that's kind of the last step of your skincare routine. So you've gotten everything else on. By then your skin is going to be pretty much dry. Another case where I can't put on my skincare right away while my skin is slightly damp is when I'm using one of my devices and they want you to use it on dry skin. So I'm using a laser now at night and it wants you to use it on dry skin. So I have to pat my face dry, wait a few minutes for it to get really dry, then use the laser. Then I want to put on my skincare. So when that happens, I like to re-wet my skin. I'll either spritz with a spray bottle, splash with water, or sometimes I'll just use a toner. And two of the toners that I like best for that are the Isntree green tea toner. This is a really good one because this is just bringing more like water and green tea and some botanical extracts to the party, which is great, and it will definitely re-wet your skin because it's mainly water. But the one that I'm really liking for this purpose right now is this guy that a viewer just told me about, so I bought it. This is Sukoyaka Suhada Urea toner, and this is a great toner because it contains urea, it contains glycerin, ceramides, hyaluronic acid, and in one of the studies that I read, urea and glycerin really help to promote skin hydration and permeability even when there wasn't a ton of water in the formula and there's not so much water present. This can help your other ingredients penetrate as well. So I've been using this after I'm doing my laser at night before I put on the rest of my skincare just to re-wet my skin, and I really like it. So there you have it. That's my #1 secret for getting the most out of your skincare, and it's completely 100% free. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative. If you did, go ahead and give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. As always, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate your watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.